All right, picking back up at 11, verse
Mm-hmm.
11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
You see, now our Yeshua is near than we believed. That's Isaiah 56.
Verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly, as in the day, not in the rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yeshua Messiah, and make not provision for the flesh, to fulfill the lusts thereof.
You see, that's all. He's all teaching you the from the Holy Covenant. That's how he's getting this wisdom. Not in rioting, protesting like these dumbass Christians are doing. Honestly, faithful, having no guile in our mouth with the gospel. So put on the armor of light. This is Ephesians also 6:13. That light is the royal law, because you're shining the light by reproving the world of all sin, because the light exposes the world, exposes the darkness. So you see, that's what the Holy Spirit is going to do. That's what John 16 is. The Holy Spirit is going to reprove the world of all sin. It's going to be that light that shines forth. And so that's what people don't realize in John 16. That's going to be the fire in you. Because here it is, yeah. In John 16, what the light is, because to them it's their own imagination of what the light is. Yeah, verse 8. And when he has come, he will reprove the world of all sin and of righteousness and of judgment. So of the Ten Commandments, which is his righteousness, and of judgment, which is the royal law. So that is what he's going to establish. You see, that's what people don't realize. That's going to be the light. That's going to be the armor. And then you tie that with Ephesians 16. See, the Christians, fucking flies. The Christians, they don't read line upon line. They read line upon their own imagination, precept upon commandment of man. So let us put on the armor of light, which is, the royal law, and then keep in the holy covenant. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. To stand, because who will abide? Who will stand on that day? Those that preach the glad tidings. And they're not blaspheming his name, calling him by the name of Baal, which is Jesus. They're calling him by his true name, because it says in that same chapter, and they shall know my name, and then they will know that it is I who speaks. So they're going to proclaim the glad tidings. How beautiful are the feet upon them that preach the good news, the glad tidings, which is the refreshing of the covenant. So that is the light that's going to shine forth, because no one puts a basket or a blanket under a lamp or a room where everyone's sitting at, right? No, he puts it where everyone can see. So that's going to be the light they're going to shine. So that's how they're going to stand. Therefore, having your loins girt about with the truth, which is the Holy Spirit of truth, which you receive by keeping his 10 commandments, and having the breastplate of righteousness, 10 commandments, the examples, having it all by those two, hang all the law and the prophets, right? That's what they went by. That's what the Gospels that's what it is. It represents the royal law. And your feet shod with the preparation of the refreshing, the gospel of peace. You see? So, which is written to those that fulfill it, which is the Beatitudes as well. The peacemakers, they're the ones keeping the 10 commandments, fulfilling the royal law. Like Paul is saying here in Romans 13. But these guys are not doing that. That's not how they're walking in the light. If you're not doing this, you're walking in darkness. Because in Isaiah 52, it tells you right there how they're going to do it. And they're going to see eye to eye. They're going to be like one judgment, one accord, and one mind. It tells you that. Not through envying, which is the 10th commandment. Covet, thou shalt not covet. And because they're drunk off pride. So pride causes blindness. It's spiritual blindness, and it causes you to be drunken by it. You know, it keeps you focused on yourself and not in the righteousness of God. So, and then it produces envying. You know, and you're just that's what causes you to go in and freaking go against the government. You're establishing your own judgment and not the judgment of God. That's why it says in Amos 5, establish judgment in your gates. But no, as soon as someone does that, the Christians rebuke. I mean, they hit the one rebuking at the gate, doing those things, because loving your neighbor is rebuking. And that is the light. Sometimes you got to shine that light on them, so you have to, in all types of forms and ways, so they can see. Because someone that walks in darkness is not going to see you. They're going to stumble. They're not going to know where they're going. But someone that walks in the royal law and the refreshing of the gospel, refreshing of the covenant, they're going to walk in the light. They're going to know when they teach others about the refreshing and what it means for the royal law. Because that is how you receive the spirit of truth, all the 7 counsels. The spirit of truth, the comforter, which is the spirit of truth, the whole spirit of grace. There's all types of different shapes of forms. Everyone's given the spirit of grace. Conviction. Now, which is the spirit of conviction, the divine influence in your heart. So from there, he starts to teach you all things when you start to keep the 10 Commandments. You start to get convicted about the 10 Commandments. You start to wanting to keep them, and then you want to keep others. And then from there, you're going to gain wisdom. You're going to become that light of the world like Yeshua was. You're going to be showing forth his praises like it says in 1 Peter 2. You want to add anything? Or?
I think that pretty much covers